Hey y'all, Claudia from the Wee Garden Homestead here. I just finished a baby quilt. This one is going to my niece and I need to get it in the mail right away. It is finished, it has been washed, it's folded up, and it's ready to go. Let's go back in time and I'll tell you all about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and all the fun stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, so this is what I've got. So this and this and this are all from the same line, and these came from um, one of my mystery boxes from Archaeology Boutique. So I took the salvage from this one with me to the store. I pulled a few things out that I had that I thought might go, but I really didn't have a lot. So I knew that I was going to probably use the gray, and I think that's a pretty decent match. Um, I mean, it really goes well with that one. The grays are just slightly different on the two fabrics. So I took the salvage from this one with me, and this is it here. You know, they give you such a teeny tiny little piece. I did find this blue with the stars, which I thought went really well. And then I found this pink, which matches this light pink really well. But when I put it, which matches kind of that pink, but when I put it up against here, I wasn't really thrilled with it. So I'm going to spread this out. I'm going to make sure it doesn't touch that pink. I'm still going to use it because I did want to add some pink, because otherwise it's not going to have any pink, and it's for a little baby girl. So here's what I worked out. I'm using that. I'm using the gray. I'm using the pink, and I'm using the blue stars. The blue stars go really well with this one. So these are going to go together. I have everything all worked out. So I'm going to have 3 different blocks. I'm going to have a block that's got a bigger center with this, and it's going to be bordered with that. And these are simple, super simple, quick blocks. And then I need 20 blocks altogether. So I'm going to have 7 of that one. And then I'm going to have 7 of this one, because the background on this one and this one, they're so similar that I wanted to go a little less on that one. So I'm going to have 7 of this one, and this one is going to be the blue with the shoes, and then the pink. This one's going to be a smaller square, the blue, and then the pink, and then the blue again. So it'll be a square, I think a 5-inch square, and then a little border of the pink, and then a border of the blue again. I think that'll look good, and that way this pink is not going up against this pink, and this will be against that. And then for these, I'm going to do 6 of these, and these are going to be 5-inch squares, and they're going to be bordered with the gray and then the pink. So it's going to be, make sure you can still see, it's going to be these squares with the gray, a narrow gray, and then the pink, like that. And I think that that's going to go really well together. So the pink and this color will be up against the dark blue, and I'll probably have quite a bit left over, but this is what I'm going to, this is my plan, and I'm sticking to it. So I have my drawings here where I worked out the math and all that of how much I needed, how big I needed to cut and all that. And then I actually worked out the math here. So I know how many squares I need to cut, and how many strips are going to make those squares. And then I know how many strips of these widths that I'm going to cut of each color. And it's all written down here for me. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to get started cutting. All right, so this next cut needs to be at 15. I'm going to go around the other side there. This is extra. Gonna square this off a little bit. We need to go 2.5 to 7.5 is 10. I need a shorter. There we go. I think this will be better. That's perfect. 7.5. And I need 7 of these. Okay, y'all, these blocks are put together. I think they're stinking cute. They're all, a little bit different. Well, these are not much different, but, and I'll show you how they're going to go together. So they're going to go like this. I won't be able to get a whole row on here, but you'll get the idea. Like this. And they're going to go 4 across. So then this one's going to be on the end there too. And then we'll start the second row with this. All right, Okay, y'all, this quilt top is together. I'm going to give it a border just to tie it together. I'm going to give it a border with this gray. And then I think the back is going to be that gray if it's big enough for me to not have to piece it. If I've got to piece it, I'll piece something else in. But the back is going to be the gray, the border is going to be the gray, and then I'm going to bind it with this blue. So we are moving right along. Okay, y'all, it is time. It's time. It's time for me to finish this baby quilt. So yesterday, oh, that's a long piece of something I don't want going on there. Yesterday, I got it quilted. And let me tell you, my bobbin wasn't wound correctly. And I was about a third of the way through with the quilting before I realized it. And there were all these bubbles on the back. So I had to go back and pull all that quilting out. So that took me well over an hour, very close to 2. And so here we are on another day. I was hoping this was going to, and it may still go in the mail today because, well, it probably won't because I want to wash it before I send it. But the binding is on. It is on the back. I'm going to wind it to the front and pull it around to the front and then stitch it down. So this really shouldn't take me very long, and then I can get it in the wash and move on. My thumb is killing me today. Pretty much normal for, well, it hurts almost every day, but if I've been doing binding, it's even worse. The quilting doesn't bother it as much as the binding does. The binding is more, and you'll see when I get started here, it's more of a grabbing and pulling. And then of course, pulling all those stitches out, that was a lot of fine work with that left thumb. So it is really hurting me. It is what it is. It's part of getting older, I guess. So I do have I have my edge feed foot in here. So this little edge piece is going to go right on the corner here on the edge of the binding. I'm going to move my needle over. Got to get the right one. I'm going to move I'm going to make my stitch a little bigger. I'm going to move my needle over a little bit so that it's just inside that edge. Let's see where that hits. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. And then I'm just going to go around and put it on. I'm going to pull it to the front as I go. That's the way I like to do it. I've tried the thing where you press it. You see, this is why my thumb hurts. I've tried the thing where you press it and then pull it to the front and press it. I've tried doing it with a glue stick. I haven't done it with glue, but I've tried doing it with the glue stick. To me, it just seemed like a lot more work on the front side and it didn't make this part any easier. So this is how I do it. You do have to be kind of careful on the corners because this little edge piece will get caught on the edge that's going this way. So I just take my stiletto, give it a little push down, and it goes right in there. My hands are so cold today. They're not working right. The rest of me is dressed nice and warm, but my hands are freezing. I have a little heater in here, but it's so much of a problem to get it plugged in. I didn't bother. I thought I'd be warm enough. The sun shines in here too, but the blinds were closed, so it didn't warm it up very much in here this morning. I have navy blue thread on the top, and I have gray thread on the back. So the gray thread kind of blends in with the gray background over here, and the navy blends in on the front. I know they say you should use the same color on both, but honestly, I do this most of the time if my background is a lot different than my front. Because obviously I wouldn't use a light color on here, and if I use the navy on the back, it would definitely show a lot more. So that's how I do it. You do you. Whatever you think is right. I know a lot of the old school quilters will tell me doing it by machine is not the right way to do it either. So it is what it is. Well, that's a really thick spot. So there's a seam right here, and there's a seam right here in the binding. So that's going to be you're going to hear it when I hit it. That wasn't too bad. Whew, almost went off there. All right back to where we started. And with that, this quilt is finished. Whew. I can move on to other things. Oh, all done, all finished. Let's get it up on the wall, and I'll show it to you. Da, 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 da. It's all finished. I'm so excited that it's all finished. So let me get a tape measure. I'll tell you how big it is. So Salty got me a bunch of things on Amazon haul, including a 3-pack of these handy little tape measures. I have several tape measures. I can never find one. So maybe now that I have 3 more, I'll be able to find them more often. So let's see. We've got 40, just a hair under 43 by, I'm not sure I can reach up there. 43 by 52 and a half long. So that's a good size baby quilt. Now, as I was working on this, I had the great idea, and I was like, this is how I'm going to do it. And I got these together. And then as I was putting it together, I wasn't sure how I was going to like the little pops of the dark in there mixed in with all the lights. And I thought I had made a mistake. But now that it's all together and I see it from a distance, like from stepping back, I think it's perfect. I think the blue here, the blue here, and the blue here, I think it just balances it right out. It did need some contrast, so I'm totally thrilled with it. I was worried I hadn't done enough contrast mixed in, but I think with the little pops of the blue and the black and the the dark spots that are actually in the blocks themselves, I think it balances it perfectly. I am totally thrilled with this. I can't wait to send it to my niece. Baby's due in like 3 weeks. Not even. Baby's due in like a week and a half. So hopefully it gets there before she comes. I did piece the back, and I'll turn it around and get pictures of it. I did the dresses and the ballerinas, and I just alternated whatever the biggest piece I could, here, 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 because this was just not quite wide enough to do a backing. I quilted it on the diagonals, and I had one half of the diagonals done yesterday when I had to tear it out. So that was very disappointing. I quilted on the diagonals, and then I quilted around the blocks too. So I just did the diagonals, and then I did all the way around, and then I did this and this and this and this, and then I did this and this and this. Didn't really, if I hadn't had to tear it out, it would not have taken me very long. And it only took me 15 minutes to finish today. If I'd have realized finishing that binding was only going to take me 15 minutes, I probably would have done it last night. But this is going in the wash. Because of the dark blue, I do want to make sure I wash it with a couple of color catchers at least once. We'll see how they come out. If it comes out with a lot of blue in it, I will do a second run. Those were Hobby Lobby fabrics. I have no idea whether they're going to run or not. So this is going in the wash at least once, hopefully not twice, hopefully just once. And then once it's dry, I'm going to get it in the mail. It'll be in the mail before you see this video. So I'm going to get pictures. I'm going to drag Salty out in the cold, and we're going to do a quilt drop. We're pretty far south in Florida, and we were freezing. Today's supposed to be the warmest day all week, and we were below freezing for about 6 hours last night. So it's still a little bit chilly out for us today. We're not ready for it. We're not ready. But yeah, this is done. I'm going to get some pictures. I'm going to get a quilt drop. And I'm so excited. So don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and we'll see you on the next one. So let's go back in time, and I'll show you. I'll